All right, so this is the story. This is how it started, how I got my harem. Not my harem, but maybe my garage full of cars that nobody else understands why I got them. But anyway, so about 3 years ago, I got introduced to these trucks. I was driving down the street, and my wife sends me a picture of something that I really didn't understand what the hell it was. And it was a dealer that was actually, they were selling mini trucks. They were importing them, but they were in really crappy condition. I mean, like they were beat up, trashed examples. It just wasn't a good feel. I went and drove a couple, and I was like, oh my God, I don't know if I can ever make these, doable. Loved them, but I just didn't know it was doable. Fast forward another year, I got one through a dealer. He imported it, he put the stuff on it I wanted, and I absolutely adored it. That was my 1994 four-wheel drive Acty. We had big wheels put on it, and a basket and lights. That was it. Loved it. Loved it, loved it, loved it. So this is the 91 Acty two-wheel drive, 4-speed. All my other ones are 5 speeds, and I really like it that it drops down the gear and you can, do a semi-highway speed. But this one was special to me when I got it in. I didn't realize it had so many factory deletes. It has no radio. So these filler pieces are where your antenna would normally be. I love it. I just like deletes, factory delete stuff. It's very cool. Maybe I'm weird. Also, on the passenger side, there's no keyhole. There's no keyhole to let your passenger in. It's just got a deleted button right there. Also, if you look in there, there's just a cover that says Honda where the radio should be, so it's never been wired to have a radio. Also, there's no cigarette lighter or cigar lighter, whatever you want to call it. It's just a blank hole for that. There was also, I had never gotten an Acty with the owner's manual. There's 2 owner's manuals, Japanese owner's manuals. I thought it was very cool because they're practically brand new. It's, you just got a hair over 1,500 miles on it. Between 12 and 15, I'm not sure. Also, backside here, there's like a light bar, like a cargo bar that would be back here and go up to the head. That was never put on. The holes are there from the factory, but there's no, big bar to protect anything like my other ones have. It just has these 2 small bars over the glass. Check this out. I know people are gonna go, that's not there, it's not factory. That thing is factory installed. I don't know why. It's red. I know, we all know what red means on a Honda. It's not an R-type Acty. I wish it was. That would be cool. But it's got factory little knobs on the back where it still has, I have no reason to guess why somebody would put the red badge on there, but I think it's cool. And it's, for all intents and purposes, looks factory installed on the inside because there's just no wear, and I don't know how to explain it, but I thought it was cool that it was on there. Usually you have a handle here. Up on this side, no handle. There was no sun visors in here. So that's why it's special to me. I really kind of liked all the deletes on it. Kind of reminds me of in the 60s when, like the big 4, somebody could order a factory delete of like everything except the giant motor. Well, this doesn't have a giant motor, but factory delete a lot of stuff. Thought it was really cool. Fast forward another year, I'm looking through online. There's a couple places in Japan that I was like, oh my God, they really got some great stuff. So I ordered one. I got it. It wasn't bad. The import process was easy. Took about a month back then to get it over from Japan, and it was just easy peasy. So I was like, yeah, this is great. And that one happened to be a van. That was just beautiful. I had 2 in my driveway. This is my 91 Acty van. I really like it. It's cool. It's a different feel driving. It drives better than my pickup trucks. I don't know why. It's pretty much configured the same way over the frame, but I do love the size. You can put a surfboard in there. I don't know that you can put a piece of plywood in there, but that's why I have the truck, put a piece of plywood on there. This you can carry 1, 2, 3, 4 people plus the driver. Somebody messaged me the other day when they saw one of my videos and they said, hey, no, I'm sorry, you can put 8 Marines and 2 kegs of beer in there. Far be it from me to know what people do in the Philippines or Japan when they're on a tour over there. This gets just as many looks because it's adorable, and my son calls this the aquarium because none of the windows are tinted, so I look like a fish on the inside of it. Okay, I'll take that. I do want to get it tinted, and we're going to get some different paint on this baby too. So, well, the neighbors are looking at me like, what the hell are these cars all over the place for? And of course, I'm looking in Japan again, and there's a Jimny. It's a Suzuki Jimny. Beautiful little Jeep. And it's just, it's so cool. These things are all like little toys, right? I feel like I'm 7 years old playing with the little metal trucks that I did at my grandmother's. That's how it feels. I got the Jimny in. It looked great. It's a 4-wheel drive. I really didn't have in my mind that it was a 4-wheel drive. I just wanted it, and with a great price. Got it in. Like I said, my driveway was packed, and my neighbors were worried. 93 Jimny. It is same motor size, 660cc, and it does have a turbo right there. Does the turbo do much for it? Not really. It'll get it out of its own way if I'm getting up on a faster road than what I'm driving right now or whatever. It's just the turbo is basically to get you out of your own way. It does help when you're in the mud or dirt or whatever. It'll help there also. But it's just kind of neat to hear a turbo whine on something this small. This has 4-wheel drive. You got to turn the hubs, and you have a separate gear knob for that. But I think the reason I like this is because it's the look that it has. It looks like a little, and it's kind of like a cross between a Scout, Samurai, a G-Wagon. It has kind of that feel, but it's all miniaturized. And be careful when you get one of these. Miniaturized means it's not for the stout person. I'm telling you, I thought I would have tons of room. Seat doesn't go back as far as I thought, and a buddy of mine that had one previously said, hey, watch it, when he found out I was getting it. It's not as roomy as you think, and he's right. But all these are modifiable. Can I use that word? They're modifiable, and you can make them work the way you want to work. So I don't have any problem with it. I love it. My 6'4" son can't get in it and drive. His knees are knocking at the dash. So, but otherwise, love this thing just because it's rough and tumble. It's like one of those toys that you know you can push off the counter and it's not going to break. So, fast forward maybe 6 or 7 months, somebody sends me some, a notice that, hey, check this truck out. It's a 91 Acty pickup, 2-wheel drive, 4-speed. It is super, super low mileage. It's got like 2,900 kilometers, which works out to be about 1,200 miles on it. Super, I'm telling you, I was shocked when it came in and it had that mileage. It didn't occur to me when I was ordering it and when I placed the order and paid the money that it was that low a mileage. But check this thing out. It is a cherry, and that's why I keep getting them, and it's a sickness. I understand that, and I'm probably going to have to go to Mini Truck AA and get this out of my system eventually. All right, those 4 are in here comfortably, and what we have here is a space lovingly marked off for, all right, I'll let you know. It's a 1988 4-wheel drive Acty. And what you'll notice about that when I get it is it's got nice little round headlights. It's from the 80s, and that's a different body style. So you know what I'm doing. I'm going backwards in time, and that's kind of the march I want to make. But right there, that's reserved for the 88. I'll see you in my next video. If you want to see what else is going on, what else I want to do to these things, and maybe paint, all those fun things that are, like the tinsel on the tree, per se, that I'm going to be doing, and I'm going to put it on video, dang it. So watch me on YouTube. You can check me out on TikTok. I'm going to hurry up and do all these things that I can because you know what? Life's short, and this is something that makes life fun, even if it's short.